I do. I want to read that real quick. You know what I'm talking about. So we had a fan, just real quick, and then we'll wrap this. We had a fan leave a message on our was it Discord?
Something like that.
Yeah, we have a fan leave a message on our Discord. We do have a Discord. What is it? The TPWP?
Something like that.
God, you're not helping me.
Put it in the show notes.
And you got to do all these edits too. So, we had a fan leave this message, and I thought it was really profound what he said. So I'll read the first one, and then I'll answer the question that he presented, and then I'll read the second one and show him some love. So James O'Hagan, he said, "Does someone like Tank have to deliberately think when they make adjustments?" It's a hell of a question to ask. A lot of people don't truly understand it. He went on to say, I know you guys can read this, so go ahead and read it, but he went on to say that he's seen that in chess, the chess masters basically don't have to think. Once they make their move, they know what's going to happen, and they're already ready for that next move. And that's how it gets in the boxing ring. In the boxing ring, you go through so many different combinations, depending on who your trainer is, of course. Mm-hmm. You go through so many different scenarios of the counter to this punch and the counter to this counter, and throw this punch and slip left, throw this punch and slip right, and what's the return? You go through it so repetitively that it becomes literally second nature. Where the first thought is, this is what I'm gonna do, then that's what he's gonna do, and then it's just gonna go. And so, yes, I think that Tank Davis is the kind of fighter that he truly does not have to think very much. I think he gets a lot from his corner, and his corner may tell him something that he may not have seen. Mm-hmm. But I think that at this point, they've worked together so long that they already know. And even though Coach Cal gets in the ring, mm-hmm. I always found it interesting that when Mayweather fought, nobody got in the ring. He came back.
That's true.
He sat there. He might have listened, or not might have, but he listened. He shook his head, and he knew what he was going to do, and he went back out there, and he did what he had to do. Tank Davis is a lot like that, where there's not much that really needs to be said because he's thinking so much and he's doing so much in the ring, and he's analyzing and computing that everything that's so repetitive that he doesn't have to think. And I say that it's second nature. It becomes your second nature where things just are happening and you already know those adjustments and they're being made without you literally having to think about what's going on. And when you think too much, especially in the boxing ring, you hesitate or you think wrong and you make the wrong move and the worst thing can happen. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just think too much and you miss those openings. So I think a lot of fighters can relate to what I'm saying right now and can also attest that we've done this so many times. And this is why I said to Tank, I said, you can get in the ring, you can move around in the ring with your eyes closed. People have seen me catch mitts with my dad with the blindfold on. It's because we've done it together so long, and I know my way around the ring so much. We would do a workout, and then I would take the blindfold off. Before I open my eyes, I would try to guess what corner I'm in. And sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong. That's sometimes crazy. I was like, damn, I don't remember him making this move, that move, but it's so just intuitive, and that's how we get. So yeah, I think that he's an extremely intelligent fighter, and I think that his intelligence also comes from his upbringing and his being everything that he's put his energy into, Let me read the other side of that too, because he had another explanation. I seen he started to kind of, talk about himself near the end, but I did want to show him some love. So this is the same one. Oh no, you put them all together, huh? He said, oh yeah, this was other. I guess I just found it odd to hear Eddie Hearn said that Tank doesn't think. That's not a fact. That is, you ain't got him, and you trying to get something from him even though you don't got him. That's just hate right there. But if anything, Tank doesn't seem to overthink stuff like, say, Joshua, because he seems to know what the correct adjustments are. Also, not trying to discount internalized training. That's what that is internalized training, along with him being who he is as a fighter. But and split decision making, top athletes, I think, probably pick up on coaches' corrections, etc., a lot quicker. Exactly. It's part of the reason why they are so good, and it's a distinct type of intelligence. I always had problems picking up on more subtle stuff in soccer. Couldn't for the life of me learn how to play central field, midfield roles, and my coaches always stuck me in those roles because I had decent passing accuracy and technical skills. See, this is when you should start to talk about himself, but I salute you, man. Thank you for this question. This was really, really good. And but I'm not gonna read the rest. But no, thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. The thought processes that you brought forth to me, because I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a kid that knows what he wants to do. And I think in the second round, after that second round, even before the knockdown, they knew that they had him. You know, great fight. We're going to move on from Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Look forward to seeing Tank in great fights, not who's going to beat him. That's not what this game is about. This game is about greatness. This game is about art. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mathematics. It is a lot of A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And if you do it right, you only need 1, 2, and 3 to beat somebody. If you're that good, you know. So I think it's going to be great to see Tank move forward. Yes, he is the face of boxing. I think we had 2, and now we down to 1. I would love to see him expand on his brand and do bigger and better things, get some great commercial deals. I think he deserves it all. Of course. And I think it's about his team just putting him in the right position to obtain those things. And look forward to having Tank on this show, of course.